Mr. Speaker, so I want to contribute to the motion for debate which is before the House, and I actually wish to provide some truthful, honest insights into the status of the town development projects, not things that they believe and they don't know about. The comments and the recommendations, Honourable Speaker, are noted, particularly in relation to the new town development projects. Mr. Speaker, so before I continue, I want to briefly outline, and this is not an excuse, Honourable Speaker. These are the challenges that we actually face in implementing new town projects post-2018. In 2019-2020, we all know we faced the full brunt of COVID-19, which actually resulted in reprioritization of the budget that was allocated for capital projects to assist in the COVID-19 response. And in 2021, there was no specific budget allocated, for example, for the Nambawalu Town Centre project for obvious reasons, as the Fijian government was investing resources in unemployment support and economic recovery initiatives. And due, again, also to the site experiencing inundation issues that were not anticipated in the earlier engineering studies conducted, we were required to take some remedial action, specifically with respect to Nambawalu, and work on the redesigning of the stormwater drainage around the proposed town centre subdivision. This is the practical reality on the ground.
He's telling you the facts. But nothing to do with man or woman. Order. Nothing to do with you being a woman. Order.
Honourable Speaker, sir, the Construction Implementation Unit of the Ministry of Economy has been assisting on this particular project to ensure that the proper groundwork is undertaken. We're not going to do this willy-nilly like it used to get done before, Honourable Speaker. Ministry is actually also working with the Fiji Roads Authority to upgrade the periphery drains around the proposed town centre so that the drains do not overload during torrential rain. These are simple things, but they need to be taken care of in a proper manner, and it's all calculated properly, Honourable Speaker. The contractor currently is mobilizing to the site with procured materials to recommence with the civil works. The Ministry is also working on, again, this is another huge issue. We've got 3 families that reside on that particular new location that are squatters. So we're working on the relocation of these 3 families from the town centre site to a new location for which TLTB and the landowners have already given their consent. As you know, sir, this is not a simple thing where you just go and drag them out, take them, put them somewhere else. No, it has to be done properly. But moving forward, Honourable Speaker, the Ministry has actually strategized to break the project into different phases as per the 22-23 budget allocation. And concurrently, the Ministry has commenced work also on the Nambawalu passenger services facility, which will be located just next to the Nambawalu market. And this facility will provide the people of Mbua, all Fijians travelling between the 2 islands, a designated waiting area with kiosk provisions. The Ministry is currently also evaluating the tender for design and build of that facility, which will be awarded around October 2022, and the construction proper should commence by December 2022. Mr. Speaker, sir, for Kayasi, Kayasi Town, the Ministry, through the Ministry of Economy, is evaluating the tender for civil works, which is expected to commence in the first quarter of this financial year. Project will roll over in the next 2 financial years. This is because the term for civil works completion would be approximately 18 months. And for Koravo Town, the Ministry is in process of having the agreement of lease from the TLTB through the Ministry of Lands, and we've completed the periphery survey of the 2 sites. That's the 10-acre site next to the market. I've been on the ground myself, Honourable Speaker, and the 40-acre site beside Dalita North College. Ministry will be able to register and secure the leases in this financial year, and thereafter the comprehensive scheme plans for both sites will be prepared with the Ministry in this financial year, along with the engineering designs. And with respect to Korvo, Honourable Speaker, we have to be very careful. Again, we have been left with a legacy issue because these towns now sit in rivers. We have to be very careful about how we build, what we build, and what's actually used in terms of the actual groundwork that's actually being done. And we're working on also, Honourable Speaker, identifying development partners in the dredging of the Waimbula River to mitigate any future risks of flooding the town. And we may also have to build some embankment like they've done towards Singatoxa, as there's, at the moment, there is no local expertise in that particular field, Honourable Speaker. And for Senganga, the Ministry is actually currently finalising the scheme plan for creation of new commercial and civic lots, and once completed, we will look at the engineering and civil works to commence in the next financial year. We also had to rejig some issues around there because of the community that there is that has grown. But having said this, the Ministry, we're actually fully focused and committed to completing and delivering these particular projects within the set timelines. But as I said, there are no excuses. These are practical problems that have been faced, Honourable Speaker, and it's genuinely a practical problem. It's not an excuse. Thank you, Honourable Speaker. I hope that clarifies the issue. And I thank the committee for the report.